Hello my friends, it's Kayla and this is the first of 3 vlogs for the month of December where I catch up on my 2020 TBR because I still have many books remaining that I wanted to read this year that I didn't. My goal is in the first 3 weeks of December to read 9 books over 3 vlogs and to choose my TBR in interesting ways. The first one is going to be based on the Pantone color of the year. And we're going to find out the color of the year together. I am wearing 2020's color of the year. And depending on what 2021's color is, maybe all 3 of my books this week will be that color on the cover. Or if I don't have that many books, maybe I'll read a book that's this color. And then I'll pick another Pantone color, one of my favorites from the past. The Pantone color of the year has been around for like 20 years and essentially every year they just announce a color. That's the color of the year. That's what's in trend. If you're a fashion brand, you better be making some clothes in that color. I take it very seriously. There's nothing in here. I do eventually want to own the entire collection of Pantone mugs. Right now I only have the green one. As someone who works in design, I just really love seeing what the color is going to be. I love predicting what the color is going to be. My 2 predictions for this year's color, well actually one year there was 2 colors, which was weird. I'm predicting either an aqua, teal, turquoise, because they've done that like 6 or 7 times already and I feel like it's a safe bet, or because it's already a trendy up and coming design color, and in the 20 years yellow has only appeared like once ever. If I could choose the color of the year, I would choose a mustard yellow. I just hope it's a color I have in abundance on my shelf that I can pick from, but it would also be fun to pick 3 different colors. They've never actually said when they announce the color of the year, but I have noticed that it always happens the first Wednesday of December. So Pantone Color of the Year 2021 webinar. A behind the scenes look into the color of the year. December 10th? Wait, does that mean it's not announced until December 10th? Okay, so I jumped the gun a little bit and you're now seeing this after I've already done 1 vlog. This is gonna have to be vlog 2 or vlog 3. I have to replan my entire life. I'll come back to you when this is actually happening. Today I'm wearing the Pantone color of the year from 2004, Tiger Lily. Seen here-ish. These are all the Pantone, these are all the Pantone colors. I just wanted to document this because Pantone just posted on their Instagram some grayscale photos. And that means the announcement is coming. I did grab a couple of my official guesses because I think it's gonna be in one of these families. Anyway, what I thought would be fun is to pull one of these like out of a hat, and I'll just have to find a book cover that matches it. I'm still gonna wait until the color is officially announced and then we can talk about more like what I actually want to do. Okay, I've been checking all day. Let's see if it's it's yellow and gray. Wait, it's 2 colors again? Ultimate gray. I mean, that's fucking valid. And illuminating. I really didn't think it would be a bright yellow. Oh my gosh, I should have waited. This is literally my dream color. Why am I yelling? I should have waited to read these for this week. Oh my gosh, I have so much yellow. I have this yellow. I have this yellow. There's yellow on here. There's yellow on here. There's yellow on here. There's yellow on here. I'll have to think about this for a second. This might be my most chaotic vlog ever because I'm filming it before, during, and after my other 2 vlogs. Editing this is not gonna be a good time for me, but I'm far too excited to like figure out my TBR, even though I've now decided this is going to be my 3rd vlog that I do. I have all the 2020 releases beside me and I'm gonna choose this TBR before I choose the TBR that you've already seen in the 2nd vlog of the month. But I just need to know and I need time to like go out and take these pictures because I have a vision for the thumbnail that you've already seen. I haven't. Basically, I'm envisioning like full covers with a matching outfit with a matching wall behind me. So I don't necessarily want to pick covers with a lot of colors or with no color at all. So Firstly, I'm absolutely picking a book that matches the yellow and gray combination of 2021. And I have 3 choices. I can read The Boy from the Woods, I can read Strange Exit, or I actually have a copy of Hollow Lake on its way to me, and everyone has been telling me for months that I'm gonna fucking love that book. So really I could have read just these 3 and I could have gone like really hard with this Pantone theme, but it's about the thumbnail. Like that's really all I'm going off of right now. Can we acknowledge that I was kind of close with this prediction? But I put the other colors in my chocolate bag that I showed you in vlog number 1. First, let me show you what I'm working with. So if I pull a blue, I have a lot of choices. I just found this at the thrift store a couple weeks ago, and it's an ARC. And I tell them every time that they're not supposed to sell ARCs, and that it says it on it that you're not supposed to sell ARCs. I have other blue things, although like there are some books in here that I am intentionally not picking because these 2 are going to be book club selections for various book clubs, mine and other people's, in 2021. But I'm just going through all my 2020 things. If I pull one of like the aqua teal ones, I could go with one of these. Ooh, this would be a good one for the, if I pulled the classic blue, because this is like spot on to that classic blue. And I could take the picture with the dress that I had on. You probably haven't even heard me talk about so many of these books because I've just like had them reserved at the library for so long. This one is also like a dusty blue that I'm pretty sure we had. Ooh, am I popping up the Pantones as I talk about these? Because I love that for me. Remember, I've never told you before. The coloring right now is like super warm, so whatever I'm holding up isn't gonna actually perfectly match the Pantone color anyway. But if I pulled the purpley, I think there's been a purple, maybe, I could read this one. Although I might have already read some of these books in vlog number 2. Here's another purple. I'm pretty sure there's been a Pantone that like perfectly matches this, which would be kind of cool. Although I am only pulling one out of the bag and then one I'm gonna pick myself. Maybe I'm like already gonna pick this. Okay, I have some yellows that I would love to read. Here's another yellow. This came in. Here's an orange. I don't think these ones really work. These are like nice light blues or grays. And then these ones for greenish. This one's green and red and yellow. And this one is all pink, and then some of that classic blue too. So that's that. I might have some other ones that I don't have in my hands. So we're gonna pick a color and then we have to find a cover that matches red. Wait, did I even have a red? I have this red sweater and I know of a red wall right by my work that I could use, but none of these are fully red. What have I done? So, with absolute perfect timing, Harrow Lake just showed up in the mail. I'm really looking forward to reading this. It was one of those ones that was just like relatively on my radar. I don't think I've read from this author before, but I was interested in it and hadn't heard much about it. And then in the last couple months, actually I don't even know when this came out, so like maybe it just came out, I've seen a couple of my friends absolutely love this and hype it up. So I'm really excited to give it a read. It's a YA horror, which I don't read enough of and there isn't enough of. And in person it's a little more gold than yellow, but I'll put the Pantone side by side with the cover so you can see that it's good enough, I think. And it's mostly gray, so I think the colors work. And then I pulled that red and I've been thinking about it, and the only cover, the cover with the most amount of red that I have is these Vengeful Hearts, which is a YA mystery. So maybe we're doing a full week of YA, because I decided for the 3rd Pantone, I'm gonna choose it. I'm just gonna pick like my favorite Pantone out of the group, or one that I think would make a good thumbnail photo. We're gonna take a picture of this with red. We're gonna take a picture of this, hopefully with yellow somewhere, and we're gonna take a picture of Loveless against a purple background. I already did that. Why am I pretending I didn't already do that? We're taking a picture. Here's my book. I can't see it. There's a big purple wall. Purple wall. Lots of things happening on it. That doorway is like the exact right color. That's funny. I picked Loveless because I think it's the perfect pairing with the purple Pantone. Also, I really want to read it. It's also a different vibe from these because it's more of a light contemporary. I don't know, I think it's like a coming of age girl discovering her sexuality, but I don't know how heavy or how happy it goes, but it's definitely not a mystery or horror. And all three of them have a teenage girl on the cover, so that's our theme. I don't even know where Loveless is. I brought the book with me and then I think I must have left it in the Jeep. So I'm going to check out the audiobook because it is the longest book of the three, and it would be nice while I'm present wrapping. I was trying to decide if I can show you the stack, but there are some gifts for Robbie in here and he watches my vlogs. So while I wrap all of the presents, here's a little sneak peek at some. We used to do a theme with Christmas for Liam. We always bought him something to wear, something to... wait, something you want, something you need, something you wear, and something you read. Definitely went a little bit off this year. Definitely a little excessive. We're also working on sponsoring a couple local families, so lots of gifts are going on, and I was really excited to do like as sustainable wrapping as I could. I showed you last week or the week before those reusable like fabric wraps, and then I have some cool boxes, but then Robbie showed up, of course, with the wrapping paper he was really excited about. So I think I am going to wrap a good chunk of Liam's gifts with the baby Yoda. There's this really cool TikTok trend where you wrap gifts so they look like a totally different shape, and I want to try that, but I'm not crafty. There are a few ways that I can be crafty, but in general, like, I'm just not good with my hands creating things. Like origami, forget about it, can't figure it out. So yeah, gonna listen to Loveless. What I know about it is we're following a girl and she is discovering what asexuality and romanticism, would you call it that? What it means to be asexual and aromantic, and all of those things, and where she falls in there, and why she has never felt like a desire to have a partner or sexually attracted to anybody. I've had mixed, like most people, I've had a mixed history with Alice Oseman. I read Solitaire like before it was cool. Then everybody's reading Radio Silence and I read that and loved it. Solitaire, I didn't love. Radio Silence, I loved. Whatever that other one is called about the boy band, I didn't like, but that wasn't surprising. I don't really read graphic novels, so I didn't pick up her things that everybody loves, but I'm excited to dive into Loveless. Oh my god. I should only film in the dark. Sometimes I'll like throw on a sweater or take down my hair just so I can film a clip because I don't want you to know how disgusting I truly am, but I cannot be bothered today. It's a bad day for my uterus. That's all I need to tell you. And the last time I had a bad time with my uterus was, I think, 11 months ago. I'm sure I vlogged about it then too. I think we were on a hockey trip. My uterus has left me alone for a good year, and now I'm scared. Especially because I have to film, like, this is what I get for not pre-filming any of my holiday fa la 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 stuff. It's gonna bite me in the ass because I know that I'm going to have no energy and feel like shit for a week. So that's what's up today. The boys just ran out to grab groceries. I like that like parking lot pickups or whatever it's called, click and collect, is like so easy and convenient, but I do hate how many plastic bags they bring home. So that's the only downside, but we're lucky that we have that available, obviously. And right before Rob left, he brought me in a package that was sitting outside the door, and it is my phone case that was ordered like so long ago now. And it's not actually the phone case I ordered because I never would have ordered purple, but I'm not gonna think too much into it. It does match the book that I'm currently reading, kind of, Loveless, which also, as soon as he left, I realized I don't have. It's still in the vehicle. And I just saw that Ashley is doing reading sprints starting in like 7 minutes. The one thing that I don't even know if it's like pandemic related or the holiday season related. Oh, you don't need to see me. But I'm really loving the amount of like community reading sprints and live shows there have been recently, and they're really helping me get through my reading. So I want to participate and I want to read something today, so I'm just going to continue the audiobook for Loveless. I actually think I'm halfway through, and I wanted to switch to reading it physically because I'm not enjoying it, and I don't think that it's the audiobook and the narrator, but whenever this happens I like to switch mediums just in case, like that would switch my experience. It's not that it's a bad book at all, it's just I already know at this point that it's not going to be a 5-star, so I'm naturally kind of gonna struggle through it. What I do appreciate a lot about it, I appreciate this book 100%. The discussions about, again, aromanticism, being asexual and aromantic are lacking in general in publishing. I think this would be such an impactful book for teens, which is who it's written for. Just discovering these terms themselves, especially the scene regarding masturbation and porn and sex dreams, because I even like as a 30-year-old woman, that discourse, specifically like the scene and how the friends were discussing things and how different people visualize different things and how sexual attraction comes into play in so many different aspects of life, like, is not a conversation I've ever seen in a book, which is really cool. I really appreciate that it's about Shakespeare. They're putting on a play, so that's really fun. I love the exploration of platonic friendship in general. The storytelling itself just like isn't doing a lot for me, but I know it's important rep, so I'm continuing, and I'm sure we'll recommend too many. Okay, I gotta stop looking like this on the internet.
Hey Lola. I do too. I was debating, I was like, should I go live? And I was like, I need the motivation.
It is 5 hours later and I look the same. I am probably 2/3 of the way through Loveless. Loveless? I forgot the name of the book, but no, I didn't. I was hanging out in Ashley's live show for 5 hours and I did not get enough reading done to show for it. There were lots of reading sprints and I kept getting distracted by things. I mean, important things like putting my kid to bed, but then unimportant things like making a bagel at 11 p.m. I still feel the same about it. I like it. I'll recommend it. I think it's a needed story. I'm just like not the most interested in the plot. The messaging for sure, but the plot itself, there's starting to be a lot of like miscommunication, which is frustrating. Obviously like authentic, I think, to a lot of teenage friendships and relationships, but her development is so important, obviously, that I get it. It's good, not great. And I'm gonna wrap it up first thing tomorrow, but tomorrow's also a heavy filming day, so we'll just go with the flow. I never go with the flow. What am I talking about? Hello, friends. Oh, focusing. I am very tired. If you already saw my video from the week, I'm reorganizing my TBR. It's already pretty late into the day, but at this point I need to now put everything away. I'm cleaning my house today, and I'm just gonna finish the audiobook of Loveless because I don't really have time to sit down and read. I need to multitask, so I'm gonna get through it while I reorganize all of my bookish things. No montage, no interesting stuff, because I'm saving that for the video that you've already seen. Ugh. There's been a storm warning on my phone all day. Like, I can't even swipe off of it. It's like snowstorm warning, and I'm waiting for it. I mean, honestly, we have a surprising little amount of snow for it being December. Like, everyone's grass is still green. I finished Loveless and I'm giving it 3.5 stars. It'll definitely round up on Goodreads because there's definitely not enough books with Ace and Arrow rep out there. And if this will help anybody discover this book or be able to recommend it to somebody else, like, that's super valuable. I actually think this would be a really good gift for like adults in your life who, not your life, I mean just like generally in life who maybe don't understand the terms, this book does a thorough job of describing what those terms mean. I think it's really important that we see a character who identifies with both of them, because often we see one or the other, and I think it's definitely useful to have the conversation happen multiple times in this book and have people come at Georgia with the common things that people say to people on the ace spectrum about how, like, eventually you'll find somebody you love, you won't be alone forever, like maybe you just haven't met the right person. Although I do wish that it also covered like when people say like, oh, you just have like a low sex drive and that's what it is. I also kind of wish that we had explored the ideas of being touch averse and sex repulsed a little more, because I think those are identifiers that Georgia could have connected with on an extra level, and then not every ace person will connect with. Here's the thing about reading rep before there are tons and tons of books covering a specific identity, and that's that sometimes we expect a little too much from them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that allows the book to be like inaccurate, but this is just one girl's story, and I think it does do a good job of covering that like every single person who identifies this way might have a different way of describing what it means to them. So Georgia has a very specific way that she feels, and it is explored that there are multiple different ways that people feel and that everyone is valid. I didn't love the pan rep. I think it was a little cliche, but again, I don't expect the book to be perfect, and there is no perfect. This is just like one experience, and not every character has to say all the right things in order for me to like recommend a book. So I definitely recommend this. It would have been valuable for me to read as a teenager. I especially loved the conversations about treating your friendships like relationships. I loved how well described platonic love went, and her connection with her friends, and how like deep they were in their friendship love and how supportive they were to Georgia. Definitely good. Went on a little too long, a little repetitive, but I think it is still good that she had the same conversation multiple times and kind of discovered new things every time she had the conversation of discovering her sexuality. So that was my pick for 2014's Radiant Orchid. That's the one I picked on my own. 2014 was a good year. It's the year I discovered BookTube. It was the year... what else? I started a fun job that year. What else happened in 2014? I don't want to say like Liam isn't my favorite at every age, but 3 to 4 years old is probably like the most fun age. So 2014, what a good time. A good time for Radiant Orchid. Next up, we're going to read These Vengeful Hearts, which is the color of the year for 2002. True Red. What was I up to in 2002? I was 12. I have done a childhood rereads for 2002. Okay, I can't find it, but I was reading Flowers in the Attic in 2002, which is an interesting pairing with this one. We're following a 16-year-old named Ember. I don't think I'm ready for this. Oh man, there's an elite club called the Red Court, and I think Ember is infiltrating because 2 years ago they caused an accident that left her older sister paralyzed. And now we'll see. Kind of like Mean Girl vibes. I don't have the highest hopes for this just because YA mysteries, I know. Like, I know that I say I don't like them, but I keep picking them up. Just a couple a year. I think it'll be fun. I'm gonna try to not take it too seriously. I'll check in with you tomorrow. The snow hasn't begun yet, but I have a feeling we're gonna wake up to just a winter wonderland. And I'm kind of excited I get to work from home for the next week. It's always stressful working from home, but Liam and I can take a lunch and go build a snowman or go sledding or something.
Ew.
This is what working from home looks like. Liam, what are you reading today?
Nothing. I've just got nothing to read.
Guess how many books I bought you for Christmas?
How many?
Guess.
4.
Yeah. Did you see that?
No.
How'd you know?
I don't know, I just guess.
Oh my god. So, I'm filming a video. It's very late. I was supposed to film like 3 things today. I had this whole plan. I was like, I'm gonna work for the whole day like a normal person. Then I'm gonna finish everything up and I'm gonna film a bunch of videos. What happened instead is I finished work and then I couldn't find the little thing to attach my camera to my tripod. So I ended up lying in my bed and crying and eating a whole bowl of jalapeno Cheetos. And then I got over it and I'll show you how I finagled this. It is not sturdy. But I basically put my tripod on my other tripod. So, oh gosh. Oh hey, you can see my box of tissues and my bowl of Cheetos. So we had a bit of a frustrating start to filming my 12 days of content. I can hear Liam sneaking around the corner. Working and filming and vlogging and reading and keeping up with tasks and preparing for Christmas. Not easy, especially with children involved who just stare at you. So I'm not getting around to filming that 2nd or 3rd video today because the sun is already going down. It did snow, which is beautiful. Check it out. It's lovely. Oh, somebody's getting towed. Oh, somebody couldn't make it up the hill. Great. It's first day of winter. It's also my mom's birthday. Yeah, December 21st is the official first day of winter, even though it has felt like winter for months. So I was gonna run down to my mom's to drop off a birthday present, but I don't think driving in this sounds like a lot of fun, seeing as I just saw somebody get towed. Anyway, that's what's up for me. I'm still sad about not being able to find that piece to my camera, but hopefully it'll show up. I feel like I lose it probably once a month, but I've looked in all the places that I traditionally find it when I've lost it. But we figured it out, had a little emotional breakdown. But that's also probably due to the current state of my uterus. I had a really weird dream last night. I was basically, let's say, passing chickens out of my body. And not like feathery, like cute chickens. Like slow roasted barbecue chickens. They were all like this big. And they just kept coming out of my body. It was very upsetting. And then of course I googled like, what does it mean when you dream about chickens? And one website said it means something good is coming into my life, like a good surprise. But then I had to be more specific and I was like, okay, what does it mean when you dream about cooked chickens? And it basically said like, you're gonna have a great day. So that's how my day is going. You're welcome for the update. So I started the book and I wasn't really driving with it. I just got this robe in the mail and it's everything I ever wanted. I think I'll go back to that book, but I don't know. I already went out and took the red wall photo, so like I feel like I'm committed now, but it just didn't grab my attention right away. So I moved over to Harrow Lake, which I'm really liking, and I'm gonna make dinner now. Also, I got a package. I feel like I haven't gotten any like publisher packages in a while, but it's gonna be 2021 releases, which is exciting. So Harrow Lake is about a girl who, I don't really know, the beginning is a little bit confusing because I think we have a couple different timelines, but facts between the 2 timelines don't quite make sense to me yet. I'm like literally in the very early chapters. But there's a girl whose dad was like a horror movie guy, director. Oh, I see now. I was wondering why she ends up going to live in Harrow Lake because I thought her father died, but then in the beginning of the book he gets attacked, but he's not dead, so I was like, how does he die? But actually reading the synopsis, it explains that he didn't die, but he's brutally attacked and like can't take care of her. So she goes to Harrow Lake where he has like filmed his most horrifying movie, and I think somebody died on set. And I've heard that the audiobook has some different narrators and that there's like a podcast or interview element to it. So I'm gonna check that out. I think I'll just listen to it while I make dinner and see if I like it. But I'm only 30 pages in so far. And now that it's so snowy, I don't know where the heck I'm gonna take the last photo for the thumbnail. Okay, here's what's in the package. Ah! I just dropped them. Oh my gosh, okay. So I have been so excited for the project for so long. I mentioned it in like 3 different upcoming release things, like as the cover was coming out, as the synopsis was coming out. I've just been so hyped about Courtney Summers' upcoming thing. And then they also sent me Love is a Revolution. I adore Renee Watson. This is absolutely one of my most anticipated reads of next year. I'm not sure when it comes out. February. So we'll probably get to these in February and then pass them along to other people. I know I've seen people excited about this. I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this, so if you would like me to pass along my copy to you, let me know in the comments. I literally love both of these authors and have given them 5 stars in previous books, so I'm excited. I need to get off camera. I just realized how ridiculous I look. Like, I knew how ridiculous I looked, but the longer I stand here, the more I look like, I don't know, a Powerpuff Girl about to like box somebody. Hello, day whatever of this vlog. I took a little mental health day, and today I'm just not trying to think about filming or getting anything done, even though I have so much to get done. You all were asking me where this was from in my last vlog, and it's from Walmart. I didn't actually know that, which is why I went and looked. I thought it was gonna be Old Navy, but I bought it thrifted years and years ago, so it's probably not actually helpful to you. I took a nice, much needed bath, and I have been, I'm trying to find a more appropriate word for binging. Oh man, the way that my language has changed in the last couple of years on BookTube, just all the subtle words that I have taken out of my vocabulary but never like talked about, I'm realizing that it would be more useful to talk about, because I was just watching Noelle's vlog, and she was talking about how she tries not to say hi guys anymore. And I did the same thing a couple years ago when I realized it wasn't as inclusive as it could be of an intro, which is where hi friends originated. And I'm now realizing that's actually kind of like valuable for people to hear, I think people talk about, instead of just for myself. I look a little rough. I want to stand further back. I'm just letting my hair and my skin breathe. What was I saying? Binging, watching, marathoning. Let's use marathoning. The Hills and the City reaction videos from Whitney Port. I discovered them a couple weeks ago, and I grew up with Laguna Beach and the Hills really impacting like how I behaved as a human and how I like expected my life to look like in my 20s. And it's so funny to look back on now and watch Whitney give like behind the scenes stuff and just like her reactions to what was real and her just authentic like view of the show as a grown adult 10 years later. So it's been really fun. So that's what I was doing in the bath instead of reading my book, which I will get back to. I will. I don't want to sound like a broken record and talk about how like stressful life is. Here's the places I know that I'm failing in life, which is okay.
I don't think it is.
Where do you think I'm failing in life?
I don't know.
I know I've been failing at self-care, and I know it doesn't look that way, which is just like, it's such a skewed thing, but I can see myself falling back into the habits of when I was working from home back in June, along with like a lot of other things going on, just put me in an unhealthy spiral, and I can see myself going towards those things. So I'm trying to like get ahead of it. The other place I really feel like I'm failing, I'm not about to cry on camera, is just like being a fun parent. So I have to turn on my fan because I'm making lunch. Oh god, that's so loud. I know like everyone is struggling with the holiday season in general, and like I have it great compared to so many situations, but I just feel like the holidays are supposed to be about like fun and family and just like taking it easy, and I never get to like relax with Liam. Like I need to make time to like bake cookies, and the fact that like I haven't decorated my house this year is just like bumming me out, which is such a silly thing to care about. And like even with Christmas dinner, like I have no plans to like make a Christmas dinner. Like we're not doing anything with anybody, and so like it falls on me, and like I didn't plan anything. So I basically just ordered a lot of different cheese and crackers online, and I bought this giant beautiful new like charcuterie board, and we're just gonna eat cheese all day, and I don't know what else. I'm not gonna talk about my list of tasks again. I feel like that's all I do. Am I disappointing you? Am I ruining the vlog? Like, am I failing in that aspect? I can't think about that right now. Yes, I'm back in my robe. Yes, I'm going to cringe upon editing this later. But Erin, Alana, Monty, and Kay are doing reading sprints. So I'm finally gonna get back into Harrow Lake. It's been like 8 hours since you last saw me and my hair is still wet. Or maybe I just put too much product in it. I apologize for my lack of professionalism, but there's no way I'm sitting up to film this final clip today. I finished Harrow Lake and I thought it was fine. What I did get out of it is I can add it to the unexpected list of my most read thing of 2020, which is teenage white girls with daddy issues and 2-syllable names who move to / live in a small town where spooky, maybe supernatural things are happening. You know, Mayhem, Margot, Mila, Lola, Ada, oh, and Jane. I would really recommend all of those books in tandem. Harrow Lake is interesting. It is more of a mystery thriller than a horror, which by itself, you can pretty much come to the correct conclusion that it was a 3-star. I liked the spooky elements. I liked the atmosphere, but that's pretty much it. It's basically like there's some mysterious things going on with her mom, with her dad, and with her, and the short little podcast at the beginning disappears until like the last page, which is a really good element, and it was a little surprise and it was fun, but I wish there was more of it, more like articles and news clippings, and it was that kind of book. I don't know, it was like a little bit creepy. There's this person or entity or something like following her, and the descriptions of like this sound was intriguing. I think I like the concept of this more than the actual follow through. I think the average like YA horror or thriller fan would probably like it just fine. Much like with Burn Our Bodies Down, I feel like I wanted more throughout the book to root for. Like I wanted to care more about the main character. I wanted there to be different relationships that I really cared about. I'm a little bummed that I'm just reading okay books when the hope was at the end of the year that I read like incredible books. Okay, hello, I'm feeling better today. That's not really true. I'm just pretending I feel better because it's time to film and I have to get back into the peppy zone. I'm currently filming my quarterly update, even though I haven't finished the one last book here. But I felt comfortable filming it because this definitely isn't gonna be in my, you know, top 5 favorites of the quarter that I talk about. Like, I already know that and I'm only a third of the way in. And this is what's gonna force me to finish it because I already included it in the stack and I took a picture of it, so I can't go back now. I can't DNF it, and I shouldn't DNF it because I paid full price for this a couple months ago. This was a choice that I made. I don't know, it's just a little over the top for me already, and I also just don't know that the author really knows her intent behind the things that the Red Court is doing. Or maybe I just don't fully understand it yet. Maybe it'll come full circle and it will even like contradict itself. Like maybe what we think the Red Court is doing isn't actually what's happening. Because it seems like if you wrong the Red Court, this like a group of people at school, will basically reveal your secrets and they'll like get revenge. And that's why Ember is in an interesting situation, because the first time she meets with the Red Court to be like included in the group, they mention all of these things that they like know about her, because I think the whole point is that if she doesn't follow through with everything, they're going to reveal her secrets. But then sometimes the things that they do to people doesn't really line up with what seems like their goal, because like the very beginning of the book pretty much opens with her having a conversation about being in the Red Court, and somebody asks her like, Or they say, you don't seem like the type of girl who would want to be in the red court. Like, are you prepared to write slurs on people's cars? And I was like, how, like, why is that the very first example that we're given? Because that has nothing to do with, like, finding out the truth about somebody. Like, that reflects on the red court. So I'm just gonna power through this today because I want to be done with it. It's weird to, like, already know that this video is probably gonna end up with 3 stars. And, like, I'm still pushing forward with it. But who knows? I'm gonna be optimistic. Maybe it'll turn around. 48 hours before Christmas, I'm finally putting up, or Liam's putting up some decor. Yes, I'm back in my robe for what you might have thought is the final clip. But no. I don't want to be dramatic, but this book is making me lose brain cells, and I don't want to read it anymore. But I only have a little bit to go, so I'm going to finish it tomorrow. Which I actually don't hate because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, which means you have spent the entire month of December with me up until Christmas. So, like, basically I did Vlogmas. So let me lay out some of my issues. Keeping in mind that, yes, I recognize this is a YA mystery and nothing matters. First up, our main character's name is Ember. Ember's dialogue does not match her internal thoughts at all. Like, so much so that it's distracting. And then at one point she was saying, like, oh, my friend, I don't explain myself well and my friend always knows what I'm trying to say and finds the eloquent words for, like, what I'm thinking. But then, like, on the next page she says things like, my something something meter hadn't climbed back down from nuclear threat levels after he struck with his origami heart. And then a sentence later she says, his gaze wove invisible threads binding us together, if only for the moment. My theoretical pacemaker was probably firing up in preparation for cardiac arrest. Being with Chase was a sharp, exquisite exercise in being alive. And then earlier she said something about her breath escaping through her heart. She's very overdramatic, but she is a teenager and she's in love. But also, third, fourth issue, whichever it is, they have no chemistry. There is zero chemistry. I'm cringing every time these two characters interact and I want to scream. Issue number 6. The love interest orders a mocha and asks for extra vanilla syrup. And maybe this is a regional thing, but mochas are not made with vanilla. That one's being really picky. Maybe the mochas, you know, maybe it was a special type of mocha. Maybe saying extra just means, like, additional and I'm being aggressive for no reason, but I didn't like it. Also, I feel like I predicted the Queen of Hearts from page 5, and if that turns out to be the culprit, I'm gonna be mad. It's officially Christmas Eve. You may be thinking, Kayla, you're not dressed very festive. Is that what you were thinking?
Kayla, you're not dressed very festive.
We're doing some Christmas present drop-offs and then we're gonna get a fancy dinner and bring it home so we don't have to cook.
Yeah.
Thank you for your...
Yeah?
Yeah. And we still have to take one more picture with Harrow Lake, so we're gonna go find a yellow wall and it's gonna be great.
Quite magical.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I finished these Vengeful Hearts and I'm giving it a generous 3 star. If I wasn't taking into account that I'm not the target audience for it, it would be a 2. But I thought it was fine. I would recommend it for friends of Pretty Little Liars. It was very over the top and ridiculous. It had some good messages, it had some weird messages, it had some plot holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we found this not quite yellow wall, but I think maybe I could turn it yellow. This is very yellow. That's not so yellow. I feel bad that, like, I haven't filmed us taking this photo because, like, we're using the camera to take the photo. So they haven't been involved. Yeah. We're here, it's happening.
Click, click, click.
Okay, I just want to do a quick check-in at the end of the video to say Happy Christmas Eve. Do you say Happy Christmas Eve? Merry Christmas Eve?
I say Happy Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas. That's what I always do.
Always.
You?
You're always wishing people a happy
I
Christmas
also did
Eve.
happy Christmas Eve, which was yesterday at work.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
How pretty you are. I was agreeing.
I hope you're having a great Christmas Eve. We all opened one gift tonight, and they were all our coziest gifts. Rob picked me out this blanket, and I picked out a baby Yoda stuffed.
Grogu?
I was gonna call it an animal. What?
Grogu. He's a person too.
A stuffed Grogu. And what's he wearing?
It's just like a robe.
It looks
It's the exact same color as the blanket I got you.
exactly like this. So I'm basically
Mommy Grogu.
Mommy Grogu. Rob got a shirt.
Yeah.
Come show us.
Okay.
Rob's love of Hamilton runs deep.
It's on.
They can read it, right? We don't need to read. You could sing it.
Young, scrappy, hungry.
You look handsome.
I'm not throwing away my shot.
You look real good.
I look like a young St. Nicholas right now.
I also just wanted to clarify that when I was talking about these Vengeful Hearts, my understanding of I can't even remember what it was called now, but the club or whatever, like, wasn't accurate. Basically what happens is it's like an anonymous group who people can like slip requests into this like locker, and no matter what the request, the club will do what they ask. And that's how they like get people hooked into it, and then those people like have to return a favor, etc., etc. I just wanted to make sure I said that because I knew somebody would probably correct me with like what the club was actually doing. So it did make sense that they would do like terrible tasks, and I think that was a setup just to show like how like gross the club was. But then it was weird because it almost made us like think that the main character was justified in like wanting to be a part of the club, not just to avenge her sister, but like she just started to get really into the club, and she was like, I actually really like fucking with people's lives. So it was very strange. Also, I posted a thing on Instagram asking you what you thought the theme was, and I just thought it was fun, and I wanted to acknowledge all the people for guessing the theme. I think only one of you was right, but shout out to you. I think like 100 people guessed that I was just reading books based on my outfit, which like is fair. That's the whole point. That was the teaser, but that's too simple. So that's it, vlog over. I'm really excited to kick off tomorrow with the 12 days of Fa-la-la-la-la.
Didn't even say it right.
What?
Fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
I'm gonna take that sound clip and use it for my intro.
Oh god. Don't sit on it.
Okay, now we're looking at TikToks, so I have to go.
I've just never seen that before. I thought you'd want to see it.
Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and the day after that.
Welcome to my hell.